Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It is Alex here. So in this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the real truth behind LSD, acid doses, whatever you want to call it, Lucy. Now, before I go further into this video, just like to clarify, I am not promoting the use of drugs or illegal substances or any of kind of that stuff. You know, what you want to do in your own spare time, that's up to you. I try not to judge people because you never know, you're gonna need those people, and I don't want people to judge me, you know. So hey, what you want to do is that's up to you. I don't really care. So now I'm sure you guys have heard of LSD, and a lot of people are really freaked out by that, you know, like, oh my gosh, you're gonna kill yourself, you know. Well, that's just your opinion. That's what you've grown up knowing. That's what I was growing up knowing, yeah. And so I have a little history about it. In 1938, a scientist named Albert Hofmann, if you're in the community, I mean, I'm sure you've heard this man's name. He was a really important scientist at the time, working for a pretty big business, trying to figure out blood pressure medication, stuff for the circulatory system at the time, which was cutting edge for the 1930s. You know, not a lot of people were doing that stuff. He had thousands of dollars worth of materials in a lab and all that kind of stuff, and he stumbled upon what would be later known as LSD. One day he spilled a little bit on his hand, in a powder form. Nothing happened, you know. He wiped it off, went about his business. About 2 or 3 hours later, was on his bike ride home from work, and he was tripping nuts. Now, at the time, he did not know this. He did not know what was going on. He just, thought, wow, this is awesome. And you can read multiple books about what he said. He just described his trips. Everything was just really vibrant, and he was just able to think in new ways. And so, about 4 years later, after that day in November, he decided to revisit it again. You know, he was very curious about what had happened that day. So, he revisited it. Fuck, I can't talk. He went back to it, and you started really synthesize it, study it, produce it, and started to tell people about it. And now then the word was getting out, different governments really started to study it. Scientists started to study it. They used it on troops in battle, trying to see if they can, improve their troops and stuff, which was an epic fail. Leading up to the 1960s and 70s, you had the whole peace movement, and really exploded with the Grateful Dead. It exploded in other ways as well, but the whole, I guess you could say, the hippie movement, a majority or a big part of it was when the Grateful Dead started touring all across the United States, and they were just the scientists and the real people in the family. Just followed them around across the country, and started to give it out to people. And a side note, the people that sell LSD or produce it or do it, you don't see it in the Mexican cartels. You don't see it in South America. It's not like meth or cocaine or anything like that. I mean, you have to have years of education, years of chemistry, organic just ridiculous amounts of knowledge, and the chemicals that you need to make it are highly watched by the FBI, the DEA, the government. So I have an idea of how they get their medicine, or how they get the ingredients. They're already scientists already. They've got labs and stuff, and they're already doing research on different things. So they might have some of the ingredients. They get together with other scientists, and then bam. So this is why you do not see the cartels making it, because they can't. They simply don't have the knowledge. I don't think they really ever will. And the people that sell it, I mean, yeah, they might be a few people might be in it for the money, but a majority of the people that sell it are want to just give back to humanity. They have hope in this little liquid that is less harmful than one Tylenol pill. It is less harmful than Tylenol, and but it is so illegal. You can go to jail for life for it. I mean, they will go to jail for the selling of this drug, for manufacturing it, for giving it to the world. And I totally see what they're coming from. And if you've tried it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And back in high school, you know, I took it a couple times. I was like, whoa, dude, let's go do some acid, let's get fucked up. You know, I really hadn't had a spiritual connection yet, and you know, it was cool or whatever. You know, I was like, dude, I'm so fucked up. You know, I didn't really sit down and think. And then, like I said on a couple videos ago, about why marijuana is illegal. And I got a lot of responses to make this video, so I did. But I went through some really tough times in my life. You know, God was testing me, and you can not, if you believe in God or not, hey, that's fine, you know. But God was definitely testing me, and I was just really struggling in life. And my buddy, you know, gave me some doses. And at that moment in time, you know, everything about my perception about life, I just had a real spiritual connection. And I'm not trying to promote LSD. I'm not. I mean, if you want to do your own research and do it, hey, that's all towards you. But I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just telling you my experiences and why it's so illegal today. I'm kind of jumping all over, but it just a certain group of people back in the day. Really just did not want, the government today does not want you to think outside of the box, which is, I think, a primary reason why marijuana is illegal. It rewires the brain, you know, and like with LSD, your brain gets like, I'm not sure the exact number, but let's just say a hundred packets of information a minute. Okay, that's how much it can process. Only 100. Now, if you take LSD, I mean, your brain is Your brain is reading thousands of packets of information, just little things, which is what causes you to trip, and different neurons fire off here, all in your brain at the same time. You know, it causes you know, hallucinations, all kinds of stuff. It's just your brain firing off in different ways that it normally cannot, which is why it gives it a you know, creativity, and it lets you think outside the box and see the world as it really is. Now, and that's a big reason why it's illegal, because you can see the bullshit that the government has, the bullshit they're trying to spread about it. Oh, you know, you'll kill somebody, and that is partly true. I completely agree. Not everyone should take LSD. It should never be legal. You know, if you have schizophrenia or split personality disorder, or you're very depressed or anxious, you know, you really have to be in the right mindset, and these people should not take it. And you know, people have done some really crazy shit on LSD, and it has given our drug a very bad name, which is a hint why it's kind of illegal. But not everyone should take it, and I do not think it should be on the same level as like really harder drugs. I mean, you can if you get caught with it, you're going to jail for 40 or 50 years. I mean, you got no chance of getting out. I mean, it's just in the books. You're done. It is that strict, and I wish that our government would allow for research of this drug, actual research. And it happened back in the 60s and 70s, and they stopped it. They did not like the results they were seeing. I mean, they were seeing crazy good stuff happen, you know, in the not only in the science community, figuring out ideas, solving problems, but just people realizing their bullshit, and which is a main reason why it's illegal. Now, I've had multiple experiences, actually, probably about a couple dozen, but the most recent one I had was probably the most powerful I've ever had in my life. I don't have much time, but I'll try and get into that really fast. It was about a month ago. My buddy went to a Fish concert, and of course, you probably guys know Fish, and you know, I was working that weekend and had school, and I was like, dude, or I think I was at the beach or something, actually. But he went down there, and I was like, dude, please save me some, you know, it'll be really awesome. I gave him the money in advance, you know, It's not really a big issue. I trust him. He trusts me. We're great friends, you know. And he went down there, had a fucking blast. It was a two-day show, or yeah, it was for 2 days. And went down there, got him, came back up, and wow, they were $5 each, and they had been dosed. I guess the guy told them they were 3 to 4 hits each, but he didn't tell me that. And I've never had doses that have been $5, so I was like, wow, these are probably really shitty. So ate all 3 of them. You know, I had been preparing myself mentally, physically, you know, worked out a little bit, prepared my mind, ate right. I did this for about 2 or 3 days, and then on the third day, I fasted. You know, I really prepared myself spiritually, and not really getting fucked up. More of a, you know, I'm ready to go on this journey. And so that happened, and wow, I cannot even begin to. I saw shapes and colors that didn't even exist. I mean, I cannot. I kind of freaked out at the beginning, you know, when I thought, wow, this is, and it was probably the most I've done in a couple years, and the potency was just wow, through the roof. Probably a couple hundred mix, and I was just really gone at the moment, and it lasted for 5 or 6 hours. Peaking at about the 4-hour mark. It's not the best quality, but I think that the potency of them were just ridiculous. I mean, I had like an out-of-body experience. I can't even begin to explain it. I'll try and put I wrote a trip report about it down below, and I'll try and put that down there. But I just really connected with God. I just saw things that I can't even begin to explain to you. It was just such a crazy time, and I definitely recommend you guys, if you have the opportunity to do it, go out and purchase them. Now, don't just go doing them for the reason of getting fucked up. Do it for the reason that you want to learn more about yourself. You will find so much insight about your problems in your life, what you want to do, who you are. You know, I can't really explain it unless you know what I'm talking about if you've done it. But this is kind of a long video, and I spent the first little bit talking about the history, which is kind of important because it gets us where we are today with it being so illegal, and I don't think it will ever be legal or researched scientifically for any reasons. But that's where we are, and I definitely recommend you go out, go to a concert, you know, go to Fish, go to a festival in the summertime, you know, Bonnaroo Electric Forest, you know, out west, go to anywhere you can find it. It's there, and it's just ridiculous how our government wants to make something so beautiful, so illegal. It's less harmful than a Tylenol. Thousands of people die every year from Tylenol. I'm pretty sure it's tens of thousands. But you cannot die from an overdose of LSD. Now, you can kill yourself while on the drug if you're not with the right group of people, or you're freaked out, or you have things you need to talk about with God, you know, that you need to take care of, and then, you know, you probably should not do it then, you know. But I definitely recommend doing this. I'm not promoting the use of it. I'm just solely telling you my experiences with it. The people that you will get it from they're not trying to get money. They are trying to open your mind up, to show you how the world really is. And most of the time, and I've gotten doses for free before. I mean, and I'll buy a hit and he'll give me 3 for free. You know, it's just the people associated with it are just really nice people. Now, I'm sure there's some really shady people out there. You know, do not get me wrong. Don't take just my word. You know, be careful out there. But just open your mind. It really opens your mind and allows you to see the world as it really is. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a blast talking to you guys about it. Maybe I can share some of my experience with you, and feel free to share me some of yours down in the comment section below. Remember to thumbs up this video. It really helps me out a lot. Take a couple seconds out of your busy day, just highlight that button, click it. It takes a couple seconds, and it really motivates me to keep making videos for you guys. I love each and every one of you guys. If I could smoke a bowl or hang out with you guys, I would. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.